Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Gamecast episode 711. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gast, joined by Mike Sneedy,
What's up?
Corey Feinsod,
Ahoy!
and Tony
Hey,
Corkinards.
hey, hey.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners and viewers. We are live on Twitch right now. Actually, Tuesday nights, starting at 8 o'clock, we do movie casts, we do game casts. If you missed the live broadcasts, you can always pop over on YouTube, subscribe to both channels. That way, you get notified when we go live or when we post the episodes. All right, guys, this is the Gamecast. So, what have we been playing? I can't speak too much. I was away all week, but I did finish. I did play through chapter 11 of Final Fantasy 7, so I'm on chapter 12. I just got it before we started the episode, the podcast tonight, the movie cast. I guess, crash landed into episode to chapter 12. Best way to say it. So, it's been a fantastic game so far, and the ride's almost over. I think. I forget. I don't know how many chapters there are, but I know Corey, you were on like 13 when you said you were almost done. So I'm on 12. So we'll see. There's been some tough fights though. Holy crap! Is it Kate Sith?
Well,
Is that how
I
you say his
thought
name?
I think you were an Elden Lord though.
Listen, I'll get to that. But I will say that
The Kate Sith section was not my favorite.
that fight when there's two robots, that got me a lot. I
didn't really know how to play as him, so I was like,
I didn't
what
play
am
him
I
as him
doing
at
here?
all, and they're like, here you have to play as him, and I'm like, okay, I don't know his dynamic, and then I'm like, these robots are hitting for the entire amount of my health when they do their super, and I'm like, it took a few retries. It was a rough one. It was a rough one, but I got through it, and then the funny part is the boss fights after that. Once you get your group back, it's a lot easier. So it's just been it was a rough moment there, but yeah, it's a great game though. Great game. Can't wait for more. So all right, Tony,
Oh no, just
nothing
same
new.
old stuff.
All right, Corey.
Yeah, so I wanted to get the taste of the Borderlands movie out of my mind. So I was like, I need a looter shooter. I want to go back to Borderlands. But I was like, I can't go into Borderlands after the terribleness of
It
Borderlands.
destroyed the universe for you.
No, but like I wanted like a looter shooter thing. It's like, and so I went back to playing some Outriders, and that's such a
Outriders.
fun game, man. Oh man, I really like that game. I'm like, I hope they do more with that series. So I never played the expansion content, so I'm gonna try to go through that actually.
Cool. That's cool.
But
Yeah,
like,
that's a name
it's
I didn't
actually
expect you to go for.
I forgot how fun I had with that game.
Yeah,
It's like really cool. Like got
that was a
powers.
surprising game. Yeah, it was a surprising
Yeah,
game.
it's like the quality of life stuff that they do. I we'll talk about later, but I hope like in the next looter shooter stuff they take some hints and some like tips from Outriders, because just streamlining certain things and just making it easy and not difficult for the player to just get to the fun. That's what like is
Yeah,
important in this type of stuff.
definitely. So, all right, Mike.
I played a few different things. My wife wanted to play It Takes Two again, so we played through that again.
Mm.
Okay.
Skipping through the part that she thought was too scary with the anglerfish. So we skipped that part, but otherwise we played through that again. And then she looked up something that was similar, so we actually started playing. It's called
Being
Unravel.
together. Oh,
No,
oh,
Unravel 2.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mhm.
It's
Well, Rebel. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So that has a little interesting like string mechanic where your two characters tether together, and you need to use that fact to platform and solve some puzzles. So we'll see how that goes. So we started that, and then otherwise, I actually also went back to something old. I've been playing just like all these like pretty chill, almost cozy games, and I was just itching for something competitive. So I've played Halo Infinite again.
Mm.
I,
Wow.
yeah, I'm playing
People are
Halo
still
Infinite.
playing that, huh?
Yeah, people are playing that. The wait times are a little longer, obviously, but what's cool now is everything is kind of new. It's been a while since I played it. There's new maps, new modes, some weapons and items that I don't really know how they work yet, which is fine. And they even have the old issue solved where we were all upset that they refused to use old maps, like bring back any old maps. Well, there's a lot of old maps now. I've played a few that I remember from the Halo 3 days, so it's been fun to just play that again. I don't know how long I'm going to do it for, but it's scratching the itch I have now, just doing something a little more, you know, try hard, I guess, a little more
Hmm.
competitive. So it's been fun, and I'm
Sweet.
actually not doing as terrible as I thought I would. Did for the first two games, but I had a few good games too, a few MVPs, so I'm enjoying that for now.
All right, cool. All right, let's get into the news. We're getting breaking news just like before the podcast, huh? Holy crap! All right, let's start off with
It was Gamescom.
yeah, well, Gamescom's going on, so we're getting some stuff as it goes. Let's talk about Black Myth Wukong first. So that launched this week, and I mean, it got pretty good reviews. I was pretty surprised to see the reviews coming because this is like an unknown, not really unknown, but like not expecting to be as good as it is.
I
And it's
remember when they first previewed this, every like content creator or whoever who saw it said this is the greatest gameplay I've ever seen. So
I don't know.
remember
I
this
haven't
being
heard much
hyped up
about
for a
this at
very
all.
long time.
So I haven't heard much about this myself. I don't know, but it's doing great. I mean, it launched and it is what is it? Top
It broke 2.2 million concurrent users,
Top 10.
so it's top
Mhm.
Yeah.
8, I
top
think.
10. Oh, top 8 now.
I mean, it
Yeah,
was
top
top
10.
10. It broke top 10. I
Yeah.
think it might be top 8 now
So
of
on
concurrent
Steam.
users of all time. And
Yeah.
that's pretty crazy. I mean, we're not even in the weekend yet, so that number might
Yeah.
go up this weekend. We'll
Yeah,
see.
beat Power World, and Power World was just like
Yeah,
this
phenomenal.
flash, crazy, yeah, flooding of people.
And this is a single player game,
Yeah, single
Right?
player
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Single
Yeah.
player.
Yep.
and it's doing that. That's insane.
It's from the people that did Stellar Blade, right? Or
No, that's a Korean
That's
studio.
not-
This is a Chinese
Oh, it's just
studio.
Chinese.
And
I
that's
know
pretty
like
much
a lot of the people that are playing are from China.
well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like it's getting so much coverage over there because like this is the first quote unquote triple A production for a Chinese developed game.
I would say not to be like stereotyping, but like I feel like any Chinese game is just like a stupid mobile gotcha game.
And this
You know,
is a
right.
big single player AAA style. Yeah.
Right, but this is their first foray into like triple A Western
Big budget.
like
Air
hey,
quotes,
this is
yeah.
for everything. So like, it's kind of like a point of pride for them. Like it's
Mhm.
getting coverage on like the equivalent of like I guess CNN and stuff over there, where it's like, hey, we
Big,
came,
yeah.
we came out with this game and stuff like that. So
Forbes
obvious-
covered it.
right, obviously, yeah, Forbes, which is crazy, right? But it's making waves obviously, and it's breaking out in the West to a lesser degree, right? We'll see how that goes. But they have content pipeline. I think even at Gamescom they announced something with with it.
Mhm.
So I mean, it's really good. Anytime we have more developers that are making great games, that's awesome. Especially if it's from emergent markets, which historically have not been open to the rest of the world, like China. And previously with like Stellar Blade, the Korean studio and stuff like that. So it's a big win, and just goes again to show that this is off of PC, Steam. I believe it's on PS5 now, and I think they're having issues with Xbox. Surprise, surprise. Who isn't having issues with Xbox these days?
It's because of the Series S
Mhm.
rule that they had to waive for Baldur's
So
Gate 3.
stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All right.
whatever.
So what else we've got? We've got let's go with we have the news about Switch 2. This was on Reset Era, right? Where somebody posted an article, posted an interview with Chris Dring, gamingindustry.biz podcast. So apparently not to expect the Switch 2 within this fiscal year at all. So we're looking at April or May.
Yeah, April 1st would be April 1st, 2025 would be the earliest date if they're going by fiscal year.
I
The fiscal
was-
year ends March 31st.
March. Yeah, I thought March. I really did think they were gonna have this.
I
like
thought March
but-
too, because it seemed like they were going to repeat the cycle of the Switch 1 success, where it's you drop the teaser video in September-ish, which is right around the corner with Tokyo Game Show, and then you do a big reveal in January with a blowout of the games and stuff like that, and then March, is it?
Yeah.
But I'm not really sure why they're doing that. Might have pushed it out just a little bit for production issues.
Gotta be something that related to that.
But it's got to be early. Like I don't see them pushing to holidays. I know we talked about that recently too.
no, I mean, I was actually looking. Now that it's not in March, I'm gonna think June, early June.
June still
I don't know
seems
why.
pretty late to me, but
I know, but I'm like, I don't see it
like you don't
launching in
launch a
May.
system. I don't think in summer, right at the beginning of summer. I think it's a bad time.
Yeah, I just don't think you launch in May though. Like, I guess it has to be April then, but I don't know. I'm shocked they didn't make the fiscal year then. I just unless they
Yeah,
really
it's
want
interesting because
unless they want that
what
quantity, so that they did say that,
They
right?
did say that they want to
to
combat scalpers and have it very plentiful.
yeah.
Positioning it in April would allow that first month to be early adopters, right? And then you get into May, which is like grad and graduation gift season and stuff like that.
Dad and grad.
Dad and grad, yeah. So
But you got those tax returns.
yeah,
People
tax
got some
returns and
extra
stuff
money.
like that. So plus, the
So
thing
like
is,
late April.
yeah, and the other thing that I didn't think about until recently, with all the not to enter politics, but I remember when the Wii launched. That was 2012, and that was an election year. And I remember one of the things that Reggie talked about back when he was president was that ad space for that year was very expensive because obviously all the politicians and stuff like that are buying ad space to do that. And again, this year is a political election year, so I was like, oh well, it kind of makes sense, right? If to some degree, right? So I believe it. I don't think we're seeing it until April. And I think Eurogamer did come out and back that up as well. And they're pretty credible too. So
yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's go to Microsoft. Microsoft confirms. Well, they confirmed something. Then we have two things. Amazon
confirmed
UK.
two things.
Well, that, but Amazon UK also accidentally early listed an Xbox Games Studio title, Forza Horizon 5, for PS4 and PS5. Landing on September 27th. That's not been confirmed yet, though, but that's listed. The big thing, though, that was confirmed was obviously Indiana Jones, which is coming
We got a
at the
release
end of this
date.
year. December 9th.
Yeah.
I'm going to get it. December 9th. Coming to Xbox December 9th, but coming to PS5 spring of 2025. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
I'm actually shocked. Let me rephrase that. I'm actually shocked that Indiana Jones is going to make this year because I didn't think it was going to happen, and it may not still not happen.
December 9th is that's on the edge. Like you really cannot launch any later than that.
There's that and another game coming out in December, and I'm like, oh, they're really pushing it.
Yeah.
And
I mean, they said this year, but I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I still don't think so. If anything goes wrong right now, it's just delayed till next year. So, but I mean, what do we think here? I was told, and I always believe what I'm told by Microsoft, that Indiana Jones was not coming to PS5. I mean, that did happen, right? That happened.
well,
So
not
who-
really.
Who would
He
say
very
something like that?
He very specifically was talking about the 3 games that they were going to announce during that time. So that's not exactly what he said.
He said it won't be Starfield or Indiana Jones.
He said those 3 games.
Those four.
Those four. Yeah.
Or whatever that they were going to have the people announce within the next week, and it wasn't. But
You're right, but it was positioned because it was their own interview. It was their internal, hey guys, we're doing our own press release for this, because obviously it's a big announcement. And the way it was positioned was basically to reassure Xbox owners, hey, are Starfield and Indiana Jones ever coming to PlayStation 5? No. That's the way it was positioned. I know, again, he's very lawyerese or something like that, but at the end of the day, it's just deception and mind games and tricks with fucking Phil Spencer, because that's all he is.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately,
you
you can't believe anything that's said now
I
because
think there was always a little bit of question about once with Bethesda, are they really going to keep everything exclusive anyway? So.
Well, I think they would have
time.
until they started to not have sales of their systems.
Well, we know according to the FTC lawsuit that Indiana Jones was supposed to be a true exclusive because that was an agreement they did with Disney. So as of that, case, that was true. And afterwards, after they fully acquired Activision Blizzard King, story changed, and we all know why and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, this is just more proof and more evidence that Phil can say and do whatever he wants to on a podcast, on his Twitter, when he speaks at PAX West next month.
But this is what he has said. He said he wants our games on as many platforms as possible. exclusives don't make sense anymore. He's said that multiple times. So this is, you know,
He said that
what
multiple
he
times,
said
like in the
coming
last
to fruition.
year. Like,
He said that on that very podcast that we're citing too.
yeah, at the beginning of the
So-
year, dude. Like, you can't just say
Right.
something. Oh, I've always believed that exclusives didn't matter. It's like, bro, you've been in this position for like a decade, and all you've done is buy up fucking studios. So don't tell me you think exclusives are stupid.
No, I know that, but I just mean I'm not surprised by any of this just
Oh,
based on.
I'm
how
not
he's been
surprised either. But this is just more
lately.
proof that Phil is a fucking liar.
And we've all said it too. This
We've
whole
all said
time.
it.
Like,
We
there's
knew,
no,
like-
there's
I
no
know.
way that any of these titles are staying exclusive. There's no
Because-
audience. There's
I
no.
believe I ranted for like 30 minutes one time on the fact
They're
that
never
that's
gonna
this
been
is why.
his
make their
messaging
money.
for the last year, basically.
Well, I'm just based. This is why I don't have an Xbox anymore because I
Well,
know
yeah,
that
they're
my
nuking their own
gaming is safe.
system.
Yeah, my gaming's safe. I'll play whatever I want to play from Microsoft. No problem. I don't have to buy an Xbox. Don't need it in my house. Fine. If I want to play Indiana Jones, which I kind of do, that's fine. I'll get on the cloud gaming, or I'll wait till it comes out in PS5. I have too many options. None of them are the Xbox.
Yep.
That's it. So
It's amazing how far they've fallen.
I mean, I understand the point. Like, it's money. We've talked about money. Like, money is, they want a lot of it. And that's why they're doing this, because they're not selling their own consoles. They weren't selling before this. So, it's on them. It's on them entirely. It's on Phil, because
100%.
his system, his planning, his roadmap. And
There's
this is
division.
where we are. Yeah. This is where we are. This is where we are. Like, I'm not trying to throw them.
The problem is they're also making money. Like, that's the thing too. Is like
They're making money.
and they're
But-
like, so it's not stopping all this,
Like it.
all the things
I
that he says,
truly-
and then walks back or
Yeah, like
doesn't happen.
I truly think in 2 years, Halo will not be exclusive.
There's 0% chance Halo will ever be exclusive again. 0.
Yeah. I think
There's no Microsoft title that's ever going to be an exclusive title.
I just don't.
I mean, not
You
even
know,
timed exclusive like that. I mean, Halo Infinite already launched simultaneously on Steam. Why wouldn't you fucking do it on PlayStation 5 as well?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're all about the bottom line, where are you going to get the most money from? Like,
Exactly.
where's the audience? I mean, the audience is not on your system.
It's
Exactly.
fine for, I guess, gamers, because you can just buy a PS5 or whatever your PC, and just play every game you want to play.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the beauty of it, right? I mean, you just don't need to buy another $500 box that just.
Yeah,
There's
there's nothing
nothing
wrong
for
with
you.
it. So yeah. So yeah, we will see what happens with this more.
But I will say, since we're on the topic of Indiana Jones, even that newest trailer, I'm not
Yeah.
sold. I'm not sold, man. I
I
look at
hope
that,
it's
I'm just
good.
like,
It has your puzzles you were looking for.
no,
But it has-
I mean, I expect it. Like that's the bare minimum. But again, combat looks so awful.
This game has the potential to be such a clunky mess. That's what it looks like, and I'm like, I want it to be good. Though I really hope it's
Yeah, I
good,
hope-
but
I
it
hope you get a
does
good
look
game.
like it could be a clunky mess. That's what I get from
You know,
it. the vibe.
it's August right now. This game is supposed to come out in 4 months. 3 technically, I guess. But
It's
it does not.
part of the reason I said I don't think it's coming this year. That's
Yeah.
part of the reason. It just looks too clunky.
Yeah, it just does not look. For a AAA title that's supposedly have a big budget, I just don't see.
I just hope I'm wrong. I hope it
Yeah,
plays.
no, I hope
it's
I'm
great.
right. I
hope it's
always
great.
want more
think-
better games, but I wasn't confident
don't-
of the trailer.
I don't see how you can even make first person like melee stuff ever look good though. Like I haven't seen a game do that well.
No, but then don't do it. Don't design it that way
Yeah.
then.
Oh, it's too late for that. I can't change that at this point.
Yeah. So, all right. What else we've got here? We've got Marvel Rivals
Yeah,
launching
there's the other one.
December
December.
6th. Yeah. And that's somebody tweeted out. Didn't they show like everything's unlocked when you get this
Yep,
game?
that's the big.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
you're
the
all
big thing.
the
All the-
base characters.
All
I
the
guess.
heroes will
Yeah.
be unlocked. So
Yeah,
you don't have to
that's
spend
awesome.
a single penny on having character
And
unlocks.
they showed 2 new characters, Captain America and
Bucky.
Bucky.
And-
yeah,
yeah, Bucky,
Winter
yeah.
Soldier. Yep.
Mhm.
So yeah,
So
it looks
it does look
pretty
good.
interesting.
I think it looks pretty good. And I
Yeah.
love the fact that they're going to give you that unlocked. That's great. And again, I am shocked, Mike, that it's making it this year too. Like this is another early next year game. I
Curious
thought.
about
Well-
their
well-
game plan with the finances on this game.
From,
Cosmetics,
from
100%.
what I
Sure.
yeah, and people are gonna buy them with these superheroes and all that stuff. You want all the different
You're gonna make a
action
killing in
figures.
this game. They'll make a killing in this game. Yeah, because they're gonna give a lot for free, and then people are gonna eat that up, and that's the idea.
Yeah, I mean, so and the thing is, while launching in December again is not the greatest, but the thing is, this is a multiplayer game, so they can, they have time. It's not like it comes out and it's gonna get like, oh, this is a terrible game, 5 out of 10, and that's it. You just sunk your ship. You're never getting another chance to be successful at that again. It's more of like, hey, we want to release this in a time right before the holidays, where a multiplayer game, people are gonna be indoors for the winter. People are gonna getting new devices, right? Whatever system it's gonna be on, right? Because it's on all the platforms, I think, except for Switch. But Switch 2 probably next year. So I'm more confident in a multiplayer game only launch, than a first person AAA experience title launching in December. That's just like,
Also, it's free to play, so
It's free to
like
play,
you're
right?
you're not expecting to get like
Yeah.
let's hope we get 2 million sales in the first day.
Right, because
Yeah,
remember,
just
Halo
get- get your
Infinite
players.
launched the multiplayer to make the anniversary. The
Right.
campaign was what, in the spring? I forget when it was because
It was later.
Yeah.
Little
I've-
afterthought.
And after it was, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right.
Halo.
Corey, any announcements in Borderlands land?
No, I mean I'm pretty sure predicted this happening this year, but
Yeah.
no, I mean
Right.
so like and like I know exactly where you were going with it on Discord earlier, Tony, too, because it's like the movie was coming out. We knew this movie was coming out, and so then you want to be like 1-2 punch, movie, hit, game announcement. Everyone's excited. Now it's more like movie, bomb, game announcement. Look over here, guys. Look over here.
Yeah,
Let's
like,
forget about this other
let's
thing.
forget
never
about that bit.
happened.
You're not doing this week. You planned this a while ago,
Guys,
but
like,
it
let's go.
looks so
Reverse
bad.
card. Here we go. Yeah, Borderlands 4 gets announced. Much more serious tone to it. It looks like. I mean,
Yeah, the
it's
trailer was surprising. I was like, wait, what?
it's literally like seconds after the ending of Borderlands 3, so I'm curious what they do. I'm excited to see if they go to, certain alien faction stuff, because this is moving, like, continuing on
Yeah.
the story.
Yep.
I'm terrified that it's not gonna be what I want, but
So
it's exciting though. They've been working on this for like 3 years almost. They were saying.
apparently, yeah.
Well,
So-
you weren't too happy with 3, were you?
3 was meh. I mean, 2. The problem is 3 is always gonna be a letdown, because 2 is like one of my favorite games of all time. So it's
One of
like,
the best villains of all time. Yeah.
2s
Yeah,
are
I
always
mean,
the best.
yeah, and so it's gonna be a letdown no matter what. But it wasn't. It definitely did not live up to what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
Story
I don't think I even
wise,
finished that one.
bad decisions. I think story, just
Yeah.
characters that were more annoying than comical. Like Tiny Tina is funny. She could be a very grating character for some people, but there's some charm to her and some like interesting things going on. Whereas like Eva is like trying to take that role, essentially, is just like so bad, terrible, just annoying. You wanted to get rid of her, and so I think they need to just try to go
Did they-
back to their roots. But here it looks
Did
like
they
they're going a
make
little more
her-
serious.
Did they make her a clone in the third one?
Yeah.
Or am I mixing up another storyline? I don't remember.
I don't know, I mean, it could be
So,
a different
no, anyways.
universe. I
So
mean, as far as the trailer
2025
goes,
though.
it takes like
2025.
Elpis, the moon, which is where the pre-sequel takes place. It gets teleported somewhere, and it looks like it's smashing into a either like a force field or something, or I
Yeah.
saw people all are saying like, oh, it's a multiverse. I don't think it's doing that. I think it's just hitting like the super tech robots we saw, the Iridians. I think that's where it's going, but we'll see. I'm excited to learn more, but like it's coming out next year, which is really exciting too. It's not
can't
like,
believe it's
hey,
been
here's
making this
Wolverine. We'll see you in 5 years, whatever.
Yeah. The window is better. Yeah, 1 year basically window, because I assume it'll be out.
My guess
around
is
this
it's
time next
September
year.
next year.
Yeah, around
I
this
think it's
time next year.
September.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
And, yeah, it's a good thing. I think hopefully the movie won't have tarnished the reputation too much.
Move on fast. Yeah.
But the other thing that will help, I think, is that the store page or whatever they released, the teaser press release,
On
whatever,
Steam.
is a Steam release, because people might
Oh.
not remember, Borderlands 3 launched on PC as an Epic's game exclusive launcher. storefront
Mhm.
title, and I think
I
that
mean,
hurt a lot.
they
of
kind
revenue.
of yeah, and I think the Epic kind of used that to help launch their
Oh
platform
no,
also,
absolutely,
right?
100%.
Sounds
It was one of the first big titles, I think,
yeah,
like exclusives.
and it definitely was not great for them, but
No,
yeah, being on Steam right away, that's gonna really be big. But yeah, I'm excited to see some more Borderlands. Like I said, we talked about it earlier. I'm itching for some good looter shooter stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll
I can't
see.
believe it's been so long since Borderlands 3. It really doesn't
I
seem
know.
that long ago. I remember
Yeah,
recording
I mean
because
they
you
had
drove up, like I think you drove up to PAX East, right? When it was like,
yeah,
oh,
just
there's
for
just
that
for one,
panel, I went to
just
Boston. I drove to Boston 5 hours so I could see that announcement.
it was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yep.
All right. All right. And I think that's all we have for news this
Oh,
week.
Starfield's got its rover now, and Shattered Space is coming September 30th. The
Oh, is that
expansion.
That you have to buy.
nice?
You even have a Game Pass.
Yeah, it's an expansion. Yeah. Um, but
I
the
didn't.
rover's
I don't
free.
remember Phil talking about. Oh, games are free, expansions are paid. I don't remember Phil talking about
That's
that.
how it always is.
It's
That's how
always
it's
that
always
way, the
been.
DLC, but it's kind of
Is it?
feels weird on this one. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
always the
that's how it
DLC is
was for
always
Outer
yeah.
Worlds. That's
Mhm.
how it is. That's the only other game I can remember that.
Yeah.
I think it was
No,
free.
it's always been this way.
What
Yeah.
other games did they do that for?
I mean,
Every game that has
any game that
DLC.
appears on Game Pass, you get the base
Right.
game. You don't
Name
get the
those,
DLC.
please. Name them for me.
Oh, sure.
I did
give me a
Outer
game.
Outer
Worlds. I
Worlds.
think Destiny 2. I think was like that
That's not a
for a
game of
while.
theirs.
No, not games of.
What was
I'm
the
I
talking
game?
about
mean, games of theirs.
Microsoft published
Forza. You didn't
titles.
get any of the Forza
Oh, you
Horizon car
didn't?
packs
Okay,
in the base
Forza. I don't
game.
play
No,
Forza, so I wouldn't know.
no,
Okay.
you wouldn't. You didn't get any of the cars in that game.
No, but I mean, like, not the
Uh,
car, like, right? Because that's microtransaction. I'm talking about, like, the
well,
season
those are the
pass or something like
the Hot Wheels
Halo.
expansion.
Halo.
Like,
Halo
yeah,
Infinite.
Halo.
All of the expansions you had to pay
Yeah,
for like
they
season
don't include the
passes,
expansion packs. They
battle
never do.
passes.
that. That's terrible.
Sea of Thieves, does that have take
No,
on?
again,
Yeah, I
I'm
think
not talking about microtransactions. I'm talking about, like, hey, this is a campaign DLC. Like, $20, you get it all. I'm not
Yeah,
talking about,
no,
like, $8.99 for this car that we have to pay a licensing fee.
Yeah, that's what they're. Any of their games like I said, the Hot Wheels expansion from Forza was not. You
No,
had to
I
buy
know.
that separately.
Jim, I
Yeah.
just said I understand that
I know.
because they have to pay a licensing fee for that.
Well, gotcha. Okay, so yeah, but then it was all expansions for that game. Like but that's all licensing. Yeah, you got me on that one. I'm trying to think of a Microsoft game that's come out because they don't release games.
I know.
That's the problem. You got me because I don't know if any games have been released recently. So, I don't remember like Ori I played, but there was no expansion on that. I don't think there was. So, you don't get the expansions ever. I knew that they don't include DLC. So anything like that is not included in the base game. So Game Pass gives you the base game to play it, and if you like the game enough, you have to buy all the expansion stuff separately. It always has been that way. Um,
Regardless,
well,
the rover is
yes.
better than I thought. Looks better than I thought. I thought it would be something they threw together just to make you move quicker on the planets, but it's got some like boosts. It has a gun. I didn't expect that, so
looks much better,
we'll
much
see.
more fine
And
tuned.
apparently, it's out now.
They apparently. I mean, listen, I'm gonna rant again because I feel like this is a game that could have been awesome, and I feel like they rushed it out the door. That's what I'm blaming Microsoft for now.
I mean, I wouldn't
feel
say
like-
rush out the
Yeah.
door.
What?
It's been in
I was
development.
gonna
No, but
say,
you know what I mean.
what?
Like
They did delay it. Yeah.
bad wording.
But
They didn't delay it again when it needed to be delayed again. That's what happened. It wasn't ready to be released, and they just pushed it out the door.
Sure, I can
And,
agree
and
with
I
that.
think it's
I
yeah,
can agree
yeah.
with
That's what I was trying to say. So
But,
it's just there's so much better polish now. You're right, Mike. It looks much better with this. This is stuff that should have been in the game to begin with. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it just should be there. So, all right, that's gonna wrap it up for this week, guys. So we'll get more news next week because Gamescom is happening, and I'm sure we'll have some stuff possibly to talk about, and we will cover it. So once again, we're live on Twitch Tuesday nights 8 o'clock. Please join us for these. You can have conversation with us on here. If not, YouTube got all the stuff over there. So subscribe and you can watch on either. We will see you guys next week. That's gonna wrap it up. We are out.